Hey everybody, welcome back to another Flea Market Finds episode. These are items that I picked at the outdoor flea market on September 9th, 2021. Let's dive right in. First dealer that I hit, I put together this pile right here and I got this for $70, which includes a vintage Fluke model 8021 voltmeter that actually still works. The LCD has a very weird look to it. I don't know if it's just from age or if that's how it looked back then. I've never had one of this model. Looks downright smudgy almost. But it actually works fine. I already tested it. Even the battery was good in it, you know. It doesn't have the auto ranging features that the later models had, so you actually have to select the range, like for voltage, for instance. There's a 200 millivolt, 2 volt, 20 volt, 200 volt, and 1000 volt DC range. It goes up to 750 volts AC. So anyways, it's got an audible continuity tester. You have to switch it into resistance mode, and then the continuity beeper works, and you can shut it off. So it is reading, let's see, lead shorted. It is reading a couple of ohms, not too bad. Might need new leads, but you know, the tip of this lead is broken off. But these were original Fluke leads on here, so who knows how old these are. So in addition to that, for the $70 I paid for this pile, I got this early Brown and Sharp depth micrometer. It's a 0 to 3 inch set, but it's actually in pretty good shape. I'm sorry, this is a Union tool. It is not a Brown and Sharp. It's a Union tool depth mic. Yeah, pretty good shape. This box of snap rings still has quite a few left in it. I'm just going to put that in my inventory for when I need snap rings. And this Amatec brand force meter. So this Amatec brand force meter appears to be working perfectly fine. I don't really have a need for it, so I'll probably end up selling it. And then he had not one, but two of these Staco from Dayton, Ohio, Variacs. So what a Variac is it's a variable transformer for AC. The way it works is you plug it in and send 120 volts AC into it, and then it has an outlet right here, and when you turn this on, you actually can vary the amount of AC voltage coming out of here using this knob on the top. Well, I decided to test these Variacs and found out that there is something wrong with this meter, but that's okay. I didn't really value this at much anyways. I'm using my Fluke 73, which is another older meter, but this one actually works perfectly fine. So now if I flick this down to the 120 volt position, and I turn this up, we can see the AC voltage comes up, and I can vary it, 40, and it maxes out at 118.3. And then if I flip it in the up position, which is a 140 volt output position, you can actually vary the voltage all the way up to a max of 140. So not that I have any use for that. These are handy when diagnosing electronic equipment. When you're not sure whether or not there may or may not be a problem, a short, you can actually put it on a Variac and bring up the voltage slowly and monitor the current draw and see whether or not you've got a big problem, rather than just putting 120 volts directly to it, turning it on, and finding out that there was something that was weak and was going to blow. All right, moving right along. I got this dealer. This woman had this out on her table, brand new quart of bar and chain oil steel. She wanted $2 for it. I gave her the $2. I think this cost like $6 in the store now at the steel dealer. This flex head Craftsman ratchet seems to be working perfectly fine. It's got some wear on it, but still working perfectly fine, and it's got the the head that swivels. And I kind of wanted to get another one of these anyways, so I got this for 10 bucks. This little assortment of brand new, old stock Nicholson branded hacksaw blades. Got 7 of them. Got the whole pile for $1. Got this Morgan 1880 dollar. Along with this belt buckle that currently has a 1928 piece dollar in it. Kind of neat. And the way this is made, just take a couple screws out and can basically open this up and put any dollar I want in there. So I could put a Morgan or whatever. Even the belt, leather belt's in decent shape. Anyways, I got the 2 of these for $30. Then I found another dealer who had some machinist tools, and he had this Brown & Sharp magnetic V-block in the case. And I got this for 20 bucks, which is a pretty good deal. This is a 750D magnetic V-block. So this is designed to be easily held down on your mag chuck for your surface grinder. And then of course you would just put a round object in there. Just happen to have this handy. Turn it on, and it's a nice strong magnet. Then I came across a dealer that had a bunch of various just household junk on the table, and I had to dig for a while and find a few things that were worth putting a pile together for. I ended up getting this lot right here for 10 bucks, which consists of a generic universal remote control cable. You can use this for choke or something like that on a mower at some point. This completely, well, not completely unmarked. It does say 5-inch, but as far as a maker goes, I don't see any maker's name on this brass colored automatic center punch, but it actually set very high. I don't know, I could have sworn I tested this. Not working now. Well, that's a bummer. So it looks like that might be broken. But what I really wanted was these 2 things right here. I've never seen these before. They're marked Taurin, and what they are, they're just magnetic. And what you do is you like slap them up on the side of your toolbox or inside the toolbox lid, and then you just use them. Well, you need steel tools. You can stick screwdrivers and wrenches on them. So I'll use those. I don't remember which dealer I picked this up from, but I remember that this lot right here I paid 15 bucks for. I didn't really care too much about the indicators. I've got so many of them now. So you had 5 bucks on that one. You had 15 on that Starrett. Didn't have that one marked. That's an old Ames. The old Ames one actually seems to work perfectly, as does the Starrett. This Ames one is a little slow on the return there. But I mainly wanted this little toolmaker's vise. He had 20 on this. Unfortunately, there's no pedigree to this. This looks like it's just a cheap import one. Underneath this price tag, it was engraved tool room. So we know where the guy stole it out of. But it's got a decent look to it. And I was looking through a box of stuff, and I came across these 2 little items here. I often see these described as map measures. They may also be some sort of drafting aid. I actually am not sure what exactly they are for. But for whatever reason, I've been able to sell these. This one is made by the Hamilton Watch Company, USA. Still seems to be working. So it's got a tiny wheel here. And as the wheel rotates, the needle moves. And you can actually measure linear distances just by rolling this along with some degree of accuracy. And then this is a little bit different style. This one here, instead of having the rod, it's almost looks like you could put a chain on it to keep it handy. Oh, that's interesting. This is a two-sided one. Yeah, this one has nautical miles, inch to 1 miles, statute miles, kilometers. On the other side, it has centimeters to kilometers, inches to miles, or verse, I can't even say that word. This is a Hofritz, Germany, so that's a little bit different. But that definitely sounds more like it is a map tool, map measure. These last 5 items I got from the same dealer. I honestly don't remember what I even ended up paying for this. He had $8 on this. It's a 24-inch steel scale, and you know, it's kind of dirty and everything, but then I looked at it and realized, oh, you know, hey, it's a Starrett. So that'll actually clean up pretty decent, I think. So 24-inch scale. And then he had these various gauge, pin, and block sets, incomplete. So he had like $20 on each. And so that's 20, 40, 60, that's 80. I got him, I said, I'll take them all if you take 50. And he did. This one, I think, is, this is the one that is actually complete, or close to it. No, this one is actually complete. You know, indications are that this is just not a super expensive set. Actually, I didn't even look at these. Yeah, other than being, you know, silk screened with the size on them, there's no name on these, so I have no reason to believe that these are anything fancy. This one is a, I think this one is a gauge block set. I think the rest of these are gauge blocks, incomplete gauge block sets. Yeah, okay, so this is one of these Hoke or Pratt Whitney sets that I have one of, and these are these square blocks with the holes in them that you can stack up, and then there were rods, and actually there was on some of these they had a base that you could use, so you could turn this into a very precise height gauge by stacking up the blocks, and then there was top pieces that would go on there. So I've got some incomplete sets of these, and then I've got a fairly complete set, so I'll be able to maybe piece together some fairly complete sets, yeah, by putting those all together. This is kind of a mess. These are just slapping around in here. These are Pratt & Whitney. At least that one is. Actually, that is too. So you get kind of a weird... Somebody took a bunch of these square ones like that belong in like that set that I just was looking at and just kind of stuck them in this box. So I don't know what the deal was there. And this one says 240. I think this is the address of the house that he said he was having a yard sale at, and he was trying to sell some of this stuff. So he brought these to the flea market because they hadn't sold it as a yard sale. Workshop grade, 0.000058. I don't know. This is almost like a part number over here. Set of 81 pieces, 68 degree Fahrenheit. Well, a lot less than 81 in there now. And again, nothing to indicate a maker on these, so just a generic set. Well guys, that's going to be a wrap for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button. And if you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Take care.